If a crow appears near your home once, it may be easy to ignore. But if it comes back, if it waits on the same fence, if it calls when you step outside, or if it watches your window without moving, then you may want to pay attention. Because a crow near your home is not always just a bird passing by. Crows notice things. They notice routines. They notice faces. They notice changes in places humans walk past every day without thinking. And sometimes, when a crow appears again and again, the real question is not, why is it here? The real question is, what did it notice before you did? For centuries, crows have been seen as signs. In some places, people believed they were messengers. In others, they were seen as warnings. A black bird on the roof. A crow calling near a window. A group of crows gathering where they were not before. These moments have always made people stop and look twice. Not only because the bird is dark, not only because its voice sounds harsh, but because of the way it appears. Still, silent, watching, as if it knows something. But here is the important part. Not everything about crows is superstition. Crows are among the most intelligent birds in the world. They can remember human faces. They can learn from patterns. They can warn each other about danger. They can return to places where something important happened. So when a crow appears near your home, there is usually a reason. It may be natural, it may be symbolic, or it may simply be a sign that something around your home has changed. The first reason is simple. The crow may have noticed a pattern. Crows pay attention to routines more than most people realize. They notice when people leave the house. They notice when food appears. They notice when doors open. They notice when a yard becomes quiet. They even notice which people are calm and which people chase them away. So if a crow keeps appearing near your home, it may not be random. It may have learned the rhythm of your house. Maybe someone feeds birds at the same time every morning. Maybe food scraps are left outside. Maybe there is a trash bin nearby. Maybe your yard is quieter than the others. Or maybe the crow has simply learned that your home is a safe place to watch from. This is why the same crow may return again and again, not because it is lost, not because it has nowhere else to go, but because it remembers. And when a crow remembers a place, it may come back with purpose. That is why repeated visits matter. One crow flying past your home may mean very little, but a crow returning to the same place, at the same time, watching the same roof, tree, or window, is behavior. And behavior usually has a reason. The second meaning feels more personal. The crow may be watching you. That sounds strange, but crows are known for observing people carefully. They do not only look at places, they look at faces. They watch how people move. They notice whether someone is threatening, harmless, or useful. This is why a crow may seem to stare longer than other birds. A small bird may fly away quickly. A robin may hop through the grass and disappear. But a crow may stay. It may turn its head. It may look at you with one eye. It may remain completely still, as if it is studying you. And in a way, it is. Crows are cautious birds. They rarely approach without observing first. So if a crow appears near your home and seems to watch you, it may be deciding what kind of person you are. Are you a threat? Are you safe? Do you bring food? Do you ignore it? Do you move too quickly? To a crow, these details matter. And if it keeps watching you over time, it may be learning your behavior just as much as you are noticing its behavior. This is what makes crows feel different from many other birds. They do not just appear. They seem to study. And when something studies you, it is hard not to wonder what it knows. The third reason is one of the most important. A crow near your home may be reacting to something in the environment. Crows are highly alert. They notice changes in sound, movement, smell, and activity. They may gather when there is a predator nearby. They may call loudly when they feel threatened. They may become restless when something has disturbed their area. So if a crow suddenly appears near your home, especially if it calls again and again, it may not be focused on you at all. It may be warning other crows. It may have seen a cat, a hawk, a snake, or another threat. It may have found something dead nearby. It may be reacting to a change in the neighborhood. This is one reason crows became associated with warnings. People saw crows gather before they understood why. They heard crows call before they saw the danger. They noticed crows appearing around death, storms, or disturbance. And over time, the crow became a symbol. But symbols often begin with observation. Crows were not seen as warnings only because they looked dark. They were seen as warnings because they often appeared when something was happening. So when a crow appears near your home, especially if its behavior is loud, repeated, or unusual, do not panic. But do pay attention. Look around. Notice what changed. Sometimes the crow is not bringing a warning. Sometimes it is responding to one. The fourth meaning is less dark, but still important. The crow may see your home as safe. Not every crow visit is a warning. Sometimes, a crow returns because your home feels calm. Maybe there are tall trees nearby. Maybe the roof gives it a good view. Maybe your yard has food, water, or shelter. Maybe there are fewer dogs, fewer loud noises, or fewer people chasing birds away. To a crow, safety is practical. Can it see danger from here? Can it escape quickly? Can it find food nearby? Can it land without being attacked? Can it observe without being disturbed? If the answer is yes, your home may become part of its territory or route. This is especially true if the crow appears in the same place, on the same fence, the same branch, the same rooftop, the same window ledge. That place may offer the perfect view, and if the crow feels safe there, it may return often. This can feel mysterious because humans tend to ask, why me? But the crow may be asking something simpler. Is this place safe? Still, even that says something. A crow does not return to a place it does not trust. So if one keeps appearing near your home, it may have decided that your space is worth remembering. The fifth reason is food. And while this may sound ordinary, it is one of the strongest reasons crows return. Crows remember food sources. If there is a bird feeder nearby, they may notice. If there are pet bowls outside, they may notice. If trash is left uncovered, they may notice. If insects, seeds, or leftovers are available, they may notice. And once a crow connects your home with food, it may come back again and again. But here is where it becomes interesting. Crows do not only remember food, they remember the conditions around the food. They remember who was there. They remember whether they were scared. They remember whether the place was safe. They remember whether other crows were nearby. This means a crow appearing near your home may not only be looking for something to eat, it may be testing whether the opportunity is still there. This is why you may see it watching first. It lands. It waits. It looks around. It listens. Then it decides whether to move closer. That hesitation is not random. It is intelligence. A crow does not rush into a place without reading the situation. So if a crow keeps appearing near your home, ask yourself a few simple questions. Is there food nearby? Is there a feeder? Is there open trash? Is there a compost pile? Is someone feeding it without realizing? Sometimes what feels like an omen begins with something very real. But even then, the crow's memory is what makes it return. The sixth meaning is symbolic. Across many cultures, crows are connected to change. Not always bad change, but change that deserves attention. A crow often appears at the edge of things, at dawn, at dusk, near quiet roads, on rooftops, in empty fields, on fences between one space and another. Because of this, people have often seen crows as birds of transition. They appear when something feels different. When a place becomes still, when a season shifts, when a home feels heavy, when someone is leaving, when something is ending, or when something new is beginning. This does not mean every crow is a supernatural sign. It does not mean something bad is coming, but symbols matter because humans notice patterns. If a crow appears during a time when your life already feels uncertain, it can feel powerful. Maybe you are thinking about someone. Maybe you are going through a change. Maybe your home feels different than it used to. And then a crow appears. In that moment, the meaning may not come only from the bird. It may come from what the bird makes you notice. Crows have a way of pulling attention toward what is already present. The silence, the change, the feeling that something is not the same. That may be why people call them omens, not because they always predict the future, but because they make us pay attention to the present. So what should you do if a crow appears near your home? First, do not scare it away immediately. Watch from a distance. Notice whether it comes once or returns often. A single visit may mean very little. Repeated behavior means more. Second, notice the time. Does it appear in the morning, at dusk, after food is placed outside, when someone leaves the house, when the yard becomes quiet? Patterns are important. Third, listen to the sound. A quiet crow watching from a branch is different from several crows calling loudly. Loud, repeated calls may mean alarm, communication, or disturbance. Fourth, look around your home. Check for food sources. Check trash bins. Look for animals nearby. Notice if anything has changed in the yard. Sometimes the crow noticed something before you did. And finally, Do not jump to fear. A crow near your home does not automatically mean bad luck. It does not mean danger is coming. But it may mean there is something worth observing. The crow may be warning others. It may be studying you. It may be returning to a safe place. It may be reacting to a change. Or it may simply be reminding you to pay attention. Crows have followed humans for a long time. They have watched our homes, our fields, our roads, our windows. They have appeared in stories as messengers, warnings, watchers, and signs. But perhaps the reason they became so mysterious is not because they are supernatural. Perhaps it is because they are observant. They notice what we miss. They remember what we forget. They return to places that matter. And when something changes, they often react before we understand why. So if a crow appears near your home, do not panic, but do not ignore it either. Watch where it lands. Listen to how it calls. Notice whether it returns. Because whether it is instinct, memory, or something deeper, one thing is clear. When a crow appears again and again, it usually has a reason. And the next time one lands near your home, do not ask only why it came. Ask what it saw before you did. If a crow has appeared near your home before, leave your story below. And subscribe if you want to see what others ignore.